The courtroom echoed with laughter. The HOA's lawyer leaned on the table, smirking. "What's a man like you going to do against a theme park?" Even the judge's clerk chuckled. My accent, my clothes, my silence, they thought I didn't belong. But this land wasn't just dirt to me. My grandfather bought it with his bare hands after the war. My father planted the orchard that shaded our summers. I carved my initials into the barn beams when I was 12. And now the HOA had sold part of it off, without my consent, to a developer who promised them profits and perks. A theme park built over my family's legacy. At first, I begged them. I showed the old orchard deeds, photos of harvest festivals, even my father's handwritten notes. They waved them away like garbage. The president sneered. "Progress, son. Maybe you should visit the park when it opens." The whole room laughed. So I started digging. Maps from the county archives. Survey markers rusting beneath weeds. Easement agreements signed before half the board was born. I pulled time-stamped drone photos showing their bulldozers crossing into my boundary line. A whistleblower, the HOA's own treasurer, handed me emails where they admitted the sale was shaky but profitable. Every piece layered onto the next, building a fortress of proof. Then I planned. I filed injunctions, boundary enforcement claims, and environmental impact reviews. Quietly, I reached out to the fire marshal. That so-called theme park access road was blocking hydrant clearance. I contacted the utility company. Their underground power trench crossed into my deeded land. And I timed everything perfectly. The morning of the HOA's public ribbon-cutting ceremony. When the crowd gathered, I stepped forward with the sheriff and a stack of papers. Chains went up across the access road. The bulldozers halted mid-engine. The developers froze. The president's face drained as the sheriff read the order aloud. Neighbors gasped. Kids cried as rides stood half-built. Investors stormed off in anger. Fines poured in, lawsuits stacked, and resignation spread across the board like wildfire. The so-called theme park dream collapsed into rubble before it ever opened. Now, when I walk the block, people honk and wave. Old neighbors call me a legend. Kids chalk my name on sidewalks. And the HOA? Bankrupt, humiliated, erased from memory. They mocked me when a theme park stole my legacy. I reminded them whose name was carved on the deed. 4 more HOA downfall stories. Like, subscribe, and stick around for the next revenge.